Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Preimesberger, editor of eWEEK. Thanks for joining us today for our eWEEK eSpeaks segment. Our special guest today is Patrick Nichols, who's the new CEO of Quest Software in Orange County, California. Welcome, Patrick.
Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you having me on the show today.
Yeah, if you think that Patrick looks like James Taylor, you're not alone, because that's what I said when I first met him. So, Patrick, tell me a little bit about your background.
Well, Chris, I've been a technologist at heart since a child. I've been into computers, pushing buttons, and finding new ways to make them do great things. And over the course of growing up, spent a lot of time in front of a screen. Went to Cornell University, and I hold a Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. After that, I did a ton of research for Department of Defense, Department of Energy, Microsoft Research even, before finally deciding how to settle down roots here in Austin, Texas. I spent the better part of a decade working for Trilogy, which evolved over time and has now become ESW Capital. Focusing in on configuration, pricing, quoting software, and continuing to blossom out in their selling chain areas. I ran a large number of their startups and incubators as a part of their Trilogy University program, and then ended up in the automotive division for about 4 to 5 years running that BU before transferring over into Versata and continuing to run all of the cool software that Trilogy and Versata had that was all based on business rules or business logic. Everything from Versata's BRMS product to the core Trilogy Sales Builder configuration engine and everything in between, as well as building their operational playbook around R&D, paid services, as well as part of their big component of how they continue to do M&A, which they have done today. And then from that point forward, moved over to doing a different muscle mass, decided I'd kind of take what I learned and instead of turning the crank and go out and find a new venture, which pushed me into private equity. And I spent the better part of the last 10 years at Corel. During a good chunk of that time, it was owned by Vector Capital, and we basically improved the profitability, returned it to growth, polished up the great assets of the business, focused in on the core areas of productivity software that we call knowledge worker software used by people like all of us. And then continued down the M&A path and acquired organization after organization, including groups like Parallels. So we focused in on everything from our applications like Corel Draw, which everyone knows and is near and dear to their hearts, and WinZip, all the way to virtualization, endpoint virtualization, and remote application services. And then with all that experience, it brought me to Quest, a great opportunity with a great new business.
So yeah, Corel Draw, WinZip, Parallels, all products and companies that are well known. Was it difficult, Patrick, for you to make the switch from an applications-based company to a tools-based company, which is what Quest is?
It's interesting. I'm hyper technical. So from a technology perspective, it was a very natural evolution of it's just another cool area to go and dig in, see how it's built, find new areas of innovation that are going to create technical differentiation. From the actual core application technology, the reality is Corel was a portfolio company that was running a large number of divisions that included sales enablement like ClearSlide, as well as Parallels and virtualization. As you look at Quest with unified endpoint management and case, as you look at our data protection group, as you look at one identity around security, these are all just natural extensions of new application areas. And so for me, it was just one more natural extension to move into new application areas.
Great. Can you tell me who are some of the customers of Quest? Quest has got customers all over the world and thousands of them, and most of the Fortune 500. Is that correct?
That's exactly right. I mean, the reality is it's a who's who of the global 2000. We hold about 60% of the global 2000 as end customers today. We work in both, federal in the United States, as well as governments around the world, as well as pretty much every large enterprise which has a need for anything from database performance and management to data migrations with our NPM products, all the way to obviously our security products inside of one identity.
Right. And can you just name the top few products of Quest in case our readers aren't familiar with them?
Sure. I mean, it's great applications like Case in our UEM group. It's interesting opportunities inside of one identity, which focuses on Active Directory roles or AD roles. We look at things like our disaster recovery editions of our backup products, as well as a number of cloud-based opportunities with Quest on Demand. We also have obviously database performance monitoring tools, many long stays that also have some long history in them with Toad, with Foglight, with Spotlight. A great set of brands all in that give a lot of tools to the IT professionals, both managing an organization, migrating an organization, or securing an organization. We kind of think of the whole world as kind of Quest as a set of portfolio products where kind of next meets now.
Right. I remember when Quest was most well known for making Oracle databases usable.
And what's interesting is that's where Toad started. And so Toad is the core product that kind of focuses in on being kind of the Oracle, core database performance and management application, and still is today.
Great. What are some of your goals for the next 12 to 24 months there? You've been the CEO for only 2 months, so you're just getting started. But what would you like to accomplish or have Quest do in the next 12 to 24 months?
That's a great question. What attracted me to Quest is basically what our roadmap is for the next couple of months. Quest is a fantastic organization. They did a great job standing themselves up, being independent outside of Dell. We've gotten a spectacular customer base that's extremely sticky with great applications that are at the top of their field. And when I look forward at Quest, the opportunity is boundless. We will continue on the investment side to continue to grow. As you've seen, we've added a set of new executives on the functional side of the business with a new CRO led by Greg Randolph, with a new chief marketing officer, led by Colleen Langevin, with a new COO led by Chris DiBiase, who I've worked with in the past. We've continued to kind of build out that next layer of management to go and make the organization move even more quickly. When we look at the next 12 and 24 months, there's kind of two core goals. The products and applications that we have are fantastic. Each of them have kind of their direction that they're moving towards to support, additional cloud and SaaS-based offerings. Some of them already have it there today. Others are continuing to build. So we can support our customers in any mode of operation they want, from being on-prem, being hybrid, or continuing to move 100% into a cloud environment. When I look forward on the technology side, it's all about advanced technology and differentiation. We have artificial intelligence embedded in some of our applications. And when I take a look at kind of the opportunity to go and create a neural net model of advanced statistics around privilege access management, so you can kind of show alerts that are one step ahead of where the user is going in the event that you see a potential critical error in their ability to reach individual areas or applications. We'll start applying a lot more AI into the core of all of our application suite so that we continue to be a step ahead of all the competition. The other area that we see is the organization has been extremely healthy, right? Since the day that it was divested out of Dell, it's always been moving in the right direction. And we're going to take a lot of that capability that we've done on the financial side, and we're going to start going out shopping, looking for kind of new toys, if you will, to put in the toy box to add to the overall Quest portfolio and fill in some of the areas so we have even a more well-rounded platform opportunity for all of the Quest products.
Yeah. A reminder for some of our readers who might not remember or know that Quest had been acquired by Dell EMC in 2012 and then divested in 2016 for whatever reason. And I think it's come back out of that whole transfer much stronger. It looks like it has, and more independent than ever, with a very loyal clientele.
That's exactly right. I mean, as I said, the organization has got a phenomenal customer base. And as we continue to bring some of the individual divisions a little bit more closer together than they have historically, we're going to be able to offer our end customers even more value on the products that we sell today. And as we continue down the acquisition path, in order to kind of fill out more of the overall scorecard, where we start with security and continue to blossom out, we focus in on cyber resiliency, which ties a ribbon around a number of our areas between how you think about data, how you think about performance monitoring of data, how you think about protection of it, you think about migration. So at the end, Quest will stand for that combination of data movement, data monitoring, management, as well as data security, as well as security all the way down to the core of identity, where we believe at the end of the day, security starts with identity itself.
And as we close, Patrick, a thing that I leave everybody with is Quest is all about choice, isn't it? I mean, it's all about choice. You can, all those tools that you can choose from to help with whatever solution you need, and you can use them in the cloud or on premises or whatever. You just basically write your own ticket, don't you?
That's exactly right. That little tagline I keep mentioning, where next meets now, it's all about making sure that we're there for what the customers are encountering as challenges next, whether they're deciding to stay on-prem longer, whether they're moving into a perpetual hybrid environment, whether they're acquiring companies or divesting companies. We're there to be where they're headed next. And we provide a set of choices from everything from unified endpoint management, data protection, security, Microsoft platform tools, and everything in between.
That's great. Patrick Nichols, CEO of Quest Software in Aliso Viejo, California.
Thanks, Chris. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for being our guest on eSpeaks.
Thanks. Have a great week.
And everybody following us along, have a great rest of your eWeek. Thanks for joining us on eWeek eSpeaks. Go to eWEEK.com to hear more conversations with IT thought leaders.